Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodik. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Agents of Atlas, issues 2 to 5, written by Jeff Parker. These came out in 2009. It was part of a really good run. Like, if you haven't read it, go out and try to get your hands on it. It's worth it. And the main premise of the series is we have a superhero team posing to be bad guys, like a reverse Thunderbolts. This situation happens because the leader of the team, Jimmy Woo, inherits a criminal empire called the Atlas Empire, being sort of redundant there. And they want to control the empire. They want to sort of stop it from doing bad stuff. So they try to do good things and masquerade them as being super evil. They don't lose legitimacy within the empire and the criminal organization itself. And actually, the main force behind the Atlas Empire is this evil dragon who Jimmy Woo has to respond to. It's crazy convoluted, but what happens in the series, this takes place during the Dark Reign. So Norman Osborn is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. He changes its name to Hammer. He's also the leader of the Dark Avengers. And he has a Black Ops Thunderbolts team that's going to clash with the Agents of Atlas. But that's further down the line. What happens in this issue, and these issues, is Jimmy Woo wants to take advantage of the whole situation of the Dark Reign, so he wants to forge an alliance with Norman Osborn. It's going to make him look good with the Atlas Empire. And he establishes with Hammer that they're going to sell weapons to them, these high-tech EMP guns. Norman Osborn sends a new liaison, Hammer liaison, to keep a watchful eye on them, who is Grizzly, a D-list Spider-Man villain. Prior to this, he had sent another liaison who was Mountain Man Marco, but he got eaten by that evil dragon that I mentioned previously. So after a brief little skirmish between Grizzly and the members of Agents of Atlas, they're able to hammer out a deal. And Jimmy Woo and company raise a ship, a tanker, from the bottom of the ocean with help from Namora. And they convert that ship into a factory. And one really interesting thing about the series, because you get what's happening in the modern day, like Jimmy Woo doing this alliance with Norman Osborn, having to deal with Hammer, and a story that takes place back in the 50s, because obviously the Agents of Atlas are a Silver Age team actually brought into the modern day. So we're going to have these two parallel stories that are going to converge at the end. And it's really cool. The story that happens back in the 50s, I'm not actually going to get into it, but it's a really interesting story. It's well written. So Jimmy Woo not only has to deal with Hammer, is that also the Atlas Empire sends the second Mandarin, Temujin, to spy on them and make sure they're up to evil business. I know nothing about the second Mandarin. I only have him pop up in one story arc in Modoc's 12, I think it was called. Outside of that, all I know is this guy has an axe to grind with Iron Man. He really doesn't like him. So now Jimmy has to deal with this guy working on the inside, keeping a watchful eye. And so they start producing these weapons. Everything's going just fine. But what happens is that Captain America, Buggy Cap, catches wind of this evil organization that's made a deal with Hammer. They're going to sell them these weapons. So you got Buggy Cap snooping around. So you get a brief little confrontation between the Agents of Atlas and Buggy Cap. Jimmy Woo is like, woohoo! They think we're really villains. Great. So battle with Cap, but they really don't want to hurt him because obviously they're superheroes. But this adds to their supervillain cred. And after being able to ditch Buggy Cap, obviously Buggy comes back with the rest of the new Avengers. And the battle between both teams, it's actually really good. It's very well written because when they're first confronted by the new Avengers, Spider-Man stops the battle. It's like, wait, my spider senses are not tingling. Something's up. Like, these guys are not evil. They're not a menace to us. They're not dangerous. And it's very well written. The whole situation is like, wait. And what they do is actually find the weapons and discover the weapons are bogus. Jimmy Woo is going to sell weapons that didn't work to Norman Osborn. He was going to just screw him over. So everything's like, come out just fine. Like, both teams are not going to fight. They're going to end up just talk things over. Jimmy Woo is going to come clean and say, hey, look, we're double agents, so on and so forth. But what happens is M-11, the human robot, this guy, has a serious grudge against Wolverine. So when M-11 sees Wolverine, because prior to this, back in the 50s or 60s, Wolverine totally destroyed the human robot. he just straight up shoots Wolverine without any warning with his death ray, blowing off Wolverine's arm, just leaving that adamantium skeleton with no meat on it. And this causes the battle. So it's sort of funny how this battle starts in the first place. It's a lot of fun. So read Agents of Atlas. It's a really fun story, a series in general. This battle between the new Avengers and the Agents of Atlas, it's really good. The battle with Agents of Atlas and Thunderbolts, also, it's fantastic. So see you guys next time.